it doesn't really matter if it's decentralized or not, right? You
Yeah.
have to have the foundations of trust, and you have to have rules and regulations to do that. So my hope is that the government doesn't overregulate. I think that for the most part, gold, or I should say Bitcoin, is the digital gold, and that will create its own kind of intrigue once we get transparency in the system.
If you have your money invested in cryptocurrencies, then you have to be worried a little. Most investors have their money in the crypto market because they think it's the future of currencies. However, that's not possible until the government and authorities regulate and legitimize them. And if they are not regulated, the crypto can go to zero. These are the words of GARETH SOLOWAY, who is a professional trader and analyst. But what does that mean? Would cryptocurrencies go to zero and become worthless in the near future? Welcome back to the Metaverse Economy, a channel where you get all important updates about the crypto world. If you want to stay on the surface during these uncertain times, you will find all videos here that matter. Let's listen to GARETH SOLOWAY and what he had to say about that.
But I think when you look at Bitcoin, like weirdly enough, if you don't get regulation, I think you could argue that cryptos will eventually go to zero, right? Because think about this, after FTX, and you had a bunch of big money. I mean, Tom Brady, Giselle Bundchen, Kevin O'Leary. I mean, all of these big players were involved in FTX, and now everyone saw that blow up, and there's no sports stars, there's no celebrities, there's no big money that is willing to go near any crypto anymore until they have some sort of transparency, because it's not worth their fortunes, it's not worth their reputations now, right? You have some major tarnishing on reputations.
After the FTX collapse, investors were scared about the market. They don't know what will happen next because there is no one left they can trust. Earlier, they were told that since cryptocurrencies are decentralized, they hold power. However, something else was hidden. If a currency is entirely run by a wide network of investors, it falls when there is a trust deficit. Why are the currencies around the world still surviving even when they witness the worst times? That's because governments and authorities were behind their backs. They could limit the printing or increase it to balance their value and prevent them from free falling. However, when we talk about cryptocurrencies, they aren't regulated because they are decentralized. Yes, that's good that they are decentralized because the investors can decide what will happen to the cryptocurrency. However, they cannot prevent the cryptocurrencies from collapsing if no one is trusting them. Investors are the force behind the entire blockchain technology. If they no longer trust the network falls. GARETH SOLOWAY mentioned this logical point, which becomes a demerit of decentralized cryptocurrencies. In these times when the world is going through the worst form of decline, decentralization becomes a problem. GARETH SOLOWAY points out the fact that the investors would want their money to be safe instead of getting the power to decide the future policies about cryptocurrencies. Therefore, he declared that if cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin aren't regulated, they can go to zero within no time. The prices already felt a major jerk after the FTX collapse, and this trend will continue until a breakthrough is in sight. Investors need a reason to trust the system that has recently broken their trust. Peter Brandt also said that there is a 50% chance Bitcoin price can come to zero. Here's a little reminder to like the video if you were loving it, and if you don't want to miss videos about prudent investment in the crypto market, subscribe to our channel. Let's continue now. But why is he saying that? Well, as he said, major investors that were earlier trusting the crypto market blindly are today skeptics. Celebrities like Tom Brady, Kevin O'Leary, and Steph Curry won't invest in cryptocurrencies until they know they will be regulated. Since they had lost their money in FTX and had witnessed the worst time an investor could tolerate, trusting the system again is difficult. If the cryptocurrencies aren't regulated, they won't go near the crypto market.
I'm an investor. I want to make money, right? So for me, the deregulation, or I should say the decentralization, isn't as keen of a point as whether or not Bitcoin goes up. Listen, if Bitcoin goes to zero, it doesn't really matter if it's decentralized or not, right? You have to have the foundations of trust, and you have to have rules and regulations to do that. So my hope is that the government doesn't overregulate. I think that for the most part, gold, or I should say Bitcoin, is the digital gold, and that will create its own kind of intrigue once we get transparency in the system.
What do investors want from cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin? Well, they want their prices to go up to make money, right? That's what everyone, including GARETH SOLOWAY, wants. However, what would you choose if you were given a choice between taking decentralization and massive profits? Well, obviously, you would choose profits because that's why the crypto market exists. However, investors in crypto projects don't want to understand that. So much attention has been paid to decentralization and taking cryptocurrencies away from regulations that a dangerous point has come. Now imagine what if most investors decide to leave the crypto market. What would happen? We don't need much time to think that the whole crypto market will collapse. However, even if everyone starts selling USD or gold, their prices will fall, but they won't collapse. Why is this the case? The answer is simple. USD and gold are regulated by authorities. However, cryptocurrencies are not. You can understand this whole debate by knowing that whenever USD or gold freefall or hike their prices, an authority is there to balance things. However, when cryptocurrencies fall, they fall just to the lowest level. No one is there to hold the price and balance things. The same is the case when the prices start to increase and reach unbelievable levels. Since no one is regulating, we see extreme forms of volatility.
Are there enough small investors to really create that push in Bitcoin to have it go to 100,000, to have it go to $1 million? And again, I don't know that. And I think that's my biggest concern, is that without that transparency, without that regulation, you're not going to lure the big money in that can really drive it to the upside.
It's clear that the big investors and massive amounts of money won't flow into the crypto market until regulations are ushered in. Everyone, except small investors, has decided they won't touch cryptocurrencies until regulations are enacted. Therefore, GARETH SOLOWAY raised quite an important question. How can the Bitcoin price go to $100,000 or $1 million without a massive amount of money flowing into the crypto market? Can small investors drive the price to go to the highest levels? Well, that is difficult. The reason why we saw Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies prices going up is due to the reason that gigantic investors and celebrities were investing their money in them. Small investors cannot bring that volatility because their offered money is less, and in cryptocurrencies, money is king. This becomes the best time for the central banks, governments, and politicians to nip the cryptocurrencies in the bud. However, fortunately, they won't do so. Today, they can just end all cryptocurrencies because the very investors no longer trust the blockchain. But that won't happen.
In reality, it's probably smarter for the central banks to kind of clamp down and the politicians to kind of just get rid of it, because then you only have one option, the US dollar. I mean, you could say gold, other currencies, but this is the beauty of politicians. They all want to get votes, right? It's all about doing what's popular. And right now, the popular thing that's going to get them votes is to get regulation and transparency and make it so a lot of their constituents don't end up losing money in the future, right? They want to be seen acting like, oh, people got hurt. All right, how do we act and make ourselves look good? And that's the beauty of it. So in a weird way, if politicians were farsighted, meaning they looked really far out, they would probably get rid of Bitcoin and get rid of crypto. But they're also micro viewpoints, right? They all want to get reelected in 4 years here in the US. And that's one of the reasons why I think you get Bitcoin to stick around, you get crypto to stick around. And it actually helps the crypto case here. I still think, again, if you look at it, Bitcoin and cryptos in general, there's so many companies in the crypto market that are under distress.
The politicians know they can bury the cryptocurrencies, but also know that would be an unpopular act. Since they want to get votes, the demand is to regulate cryptocurrencies instead of grounding them. Therefore, politicians would try to do the popular thing, using their charismatic politician-like wit. They would regulate cryptocurrencies, which would be when major companies and investors would bring their trust back to the blockchain. However, if that doesn't happen, there is no chance that cryptocurrencies can stay any longer. Without regulations, surviving through 2023 will become a breaking test for even major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin.
There's going to be this continual kind of selling pressure in crypto in the near term. You're going to get bounces, but for the most part, I think it trickles down. I think also the mere fact that you don't have the regulation now totally takes the big buyer away. Like, for me, I do have investments in Bitcoin, but they're relatively small to my overall portfolio. And the main reason is I don't want to have, I'm a trader, so I need to have it on an exchange, but I don't want to have a lot of my money on any exchange. So it's just like, okay, you know what? I will sit back, I will wait patiently and wait until the right opportunity where we get transparency comes.
GARETH SOLOWAY said that the price could rebound. However, that would be short-term, and a decline will be more prevailing without the regulations in place. He said that major investors like himself aren't coming near the cryptocurrencies until they see they can trust the network. He said that he himself has invested in Bitcoin, but the investments are quite small. He said he would wait patiently and watch until transparency and regulation came in. But if they don't come and the prices reach an extreme low, it can be the end of crypto. What do you think? Should regulations be brought? And should authorities control cryptocurrencies? Won't it wipe off the very reason why cryptocurrencies were created? Comment your opinions in the comment section right below. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, then please like and share the video and subscribe to the Metaverse Economy for more videos about the crypto market and investment insights. Until the next video, stay tuned.